Hello, everybody. Welcome to Robnostications, where I prognosticate on what's going to happen in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what happened from January to February, and then I'm going to tell you what I think is going to happen from February to March. I have a whole bunch for you, like what's up with rates, what's going to happen with rates, distressed homes update. I want to tell you what's happening with distressed homes, foreclosures and short sales. What's going on? You want to know, don't you? I certainly do. So without further ado, I am Rob Howe. I am your host for Robnostications, of course. And now you know how to buy or sell a home in Las Vegas, Nevada. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and let's check this out on the other side. I got some great stuff for you. See you there. Hey everybody, here's what's happening, folks. I want to jump right into this because I got a bunch to share with you. It's all things that I'd be dying to know if I was you thinking about moving to Las Vegas. I know you are. I know you're thinking about moving here, and I know some of you are thinking about selling a property in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is why I give this report. This is why Robnostications are important, and my market watch. I'm going to kind of combine those two right now. And the way I'm doing that is I'm going to tell you what happened from January to February. Let's go over these numbers, and then I'll jam into some other stuff that I think is really important. All right, folks, what happened? First week of January, I gave a report that said there were 901 properties that were new, back on market, and coming soon. Well, this first week of February, we have 1,063 properties that are new, back on market, and coming soon. This is showing we are getting an increase of inventory. We are getting, for multi-weeks, we've seen more inventory coming on. The problem is we've seen more inventory coming off. In December, it was like crazy because the rates went down, the bond market made the rates lower, and people got in. And that, typically you see at that time of year and in January, you see more inventory coming on. We didn't see that. We saw inventory coming off for multiple weeks. Well, are we on that trend? Let's find out here, folks. Under contract show, under contract no show, and contingent upon sale. These are properties that are going away from you. This tells a big story right here. Properties that are now pending that you can't buy unless they happen to fall out, which sometimes they do, but most of the times they don't. So we're looking at beginning of January, 717 of those properties that week were going into those categories. The beginning of February, 885. So a trend is happening. It's been multiple weeks of this where you're seeing more properties going off market. People are buying more property. Now let's get into price decreases and price increases. These are always interesting to me because it means what do the sellers feel confident about. When I did my January market watch, there were 509 sellers who price decreased. It's typically always more popular to price decrease because, well, it's always more popular for sellers to start with too high of a price and then they have to decrease their price. Okay, so we're seeing though that the price decreases are going down. In February, it was 445. Not a big jump, but nonetheless, maybe sellers are thinking, I think spring is coming and I'm going to sell my property regardless. What about price increases? Price increases at the beginning of the month actually jumped like crazy. They were on a multiple week incline, like a lot of these numbers. 120 at that time, price increases. This week in February, 93. Okay, so, sellers, this tells me something about sellers. They do want to get these homes sold right now. There are a mix of sellers that can wait for spring and maybe a heavier buyer season, although it's been pretty good. Certainly nothing wrong with seeing what's happening with the buyers right now, but it's poised to get better. So some of these sellers are in the mode of, I'd like to get this sold as soon as possible and I'm ready to give you a deal. Some of them are like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not worried about it. As a matter of fact, I will increase my price. Now, this is where the tail of the tape really starts to get interesting. In luxury, I always keep track of because it definitely tells us what's happening. In the beginning of January, there were 629 luxury properties available for you to buy, which was on a multiple week decline. Luxury has been declining. There's just not a lot of luxury going on the market. That's 1 million plus properties. They are popular. They're getting sold, and I'll let you know what's going into contingency for luxury. But this week, in February, 608. So another decline in how many luxury properties are coming on the market. This is probably because some sellers are waiting for rates to change, and for the spring, of course, but they think that the rates are going to get better, and that will mean that they can sell their property for higher. And especially in luxury, where, the rates really, they cost you. If you're at a, close to 7 rate versus a close to 5 rate, it's a massive difference in your mortgage. All right. So luxury under contract. It was 132 at the beginning of January. First week of January, 132 properties that were in contingency. Out of those contingent properties I told you before, out of those properties that were going away from you, those were luxury, 132. This week in February, 178. So this is what's telling us too, we have a demand for that luxury property, and it's going bye-bye, okay? That's getting taken away. Now, let's go to solds. This I knew was coming because you could see what was happening in December, and now we've seen what's happened in January. Beginning of the month of January, we saw 419 properties sold. This week in February, 636. Big jump in properties sold. Not a surprise, because if you know inventory is going off, you know it's getting sold, and it's going to show up on the sheet somewhere. Now, how many total properties? This, again, tail of the tape moment here. We had 5,646 properties in January, the first week of January, that were on the market in total available to you. That's all the properties available on the MLS. Well, this week we have another decline, 5,408, and that was declining all month long to lead us to nearly 150 home decrease, and it's continuing to go down. Now, many people, including myself, would have thought that we're going to be in December and January, we're going to see more inventory. Not so much. And now this is making me wonder what's going to happen in springtime. So I'm going to get to my Robnostications here, but I wanted to let you know those numbers because I think those are big time telling us the story. Okay, inventory is always the story, and when it's going down, it means that you as a seller have power. Also, there's still this mixed bag for buyers out there because of the time of year. So it's kind of strange, right? I have had buyers go out and get a deal. They're getting closing costs paid. They're getting a better price. Yes, it can happen. Not with every property, but with some of them, it's available for you. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you the distressed homes, short sales, and foreclosure update. But I'm going to go right into what's happening. I think sellers are waiting for rate cuts. That's a big one. I think sellers, first of all, would like to be able to buy when there's a rate cut, and they would like to be able to sell when there's a rate cut because they know they can get more for their property. And they feel like I can use a lower rate to buy a property. And if they're going to be in a property for a long time, they want a lower rate. It does not appear rates are going to get lowered in the springtime, which is a good thing, folks. I do not believe that we went through all of these rate hikes and all of this stuff to fix inflation, which can and has made major problems in the economy. We don't want to change course too quickly. And I really believe because of springtime's natural, sort of inertia, we don't need to see rates lower, especially since they've been staying lower in the bond market. We're not seeing, 7s and 8s on the Richter scale of rates. So I think this is a good thing, and let's hope they stick to that plan because that's where I want to see things. I have been saying summertime is the best time. So there you go. Robnostication, no rate changes, and probably nothing in March to April. I would actually hope April to May. Maybe we see something in May or June. Now, will they be big? No, I think they'll be soft at first. Just the signal of rate cuts is going to have a big impact. That being said, sellers can still take advantage of what's going to happen in springtime. I think this is going to be a strong market for you as a seller to get in and sell your home, especially if this is something you need to do and would like to do. And you still have the opportunity as a buyer to take advantage. Sellers do understand that buyers need more right now without those rate cuts. We're going to see the median price go up in Las Vegas. That's a Robnostication for you. By the time this video comes out, those numbers maybe already be out from January to February numbers. We're going to see a median price increase, at least a small one. I believe that's going to happen. Worst case, it's probably going to be about flat. I just don't think with this much activity that the median prices really went down. With relatively little volume, it could happen, but I just think we're going to see that median price go up. So there's a Robnostication for you. From February to March, I think we'll see the median price go up again by at least some amount. Certainly, I think we'll at least remain flat. There's just too much inertia. There's still buyers out there buying, and they're going to continue in spring as a traditional time of year. Never seen spring not get sprung in Las Vegas, Nevada. And that's not just my 15-year career, but my mother's 47-year career here in Las Vegas, Nevada. She's kind of the one that reminded me of that. So I can't take full credit. All right, let's jump into the final thing I have for you today, which is the REOs, the real estate owned, which is foreclosures that have come onto the MLS, and short sales. What we have are 64 of those REOs, those foreclosures that are on the market right now. 64 been remaining very, very steady in that territory. We are not seeing a bunch of foreclosures. So that's my update for you on that. Now, the short sales get fun. Let's check out this one on Indian River Drive. $175,000 for a one-bedroom condo. It's a decent area, Decatur and Trop, but really $175,000 for the one-bedroom condo as a short sale. Good luck, folks. Good luck. All right, that's not a great deal. And the other thing I'll note is those properties, how long they've been on the market. They've been hanging around for quite some time, many of them. There are some new ones, but most of them have been hanging around for a long time. And short sales are generally something where it means that you don't have any equity, so you need to sell it short of what you owe. People rarely don't have equity right now. Not the short sales of old at all. So if you're in a situation where you have a distressed sale, you need to just sell the property and take the profit, okay? Don't let the bank take it. Don't go to short sale. That's ridiculous. I don't know who would advise you on that if you have equity. That's where I started in the business, folks. Short sales when everything was falling apart. And I did great. And thankfully, I helped a lot of people. And a lot of those people came back into a market where they could buy again. So let's hope we don't see anything with these distressed sales pop up. But I wanted to show you that there's basically no concern about distressed sales right now. All right, folks, thank you for watching my Robnostications / Market Watch today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and please subscribe to the channel. I'm all about houses and you in Las Vegas, Nevada. I know you're coming here. So when you're ready to buy or sell a home in Las Vegas, Nevada, now you know how. I will see you on the next video, folks. Have a great day.